context of what led to it. So I was raised in a Christian household with my lovely mother up here, and it was good. Apparently, I can't really remember it, to be honest. But I never really connected with God. I'm sure quite a lot of us here can understand that feeling, you hearing and sorry, my words are leaving me, but hearing other people's testimonies or hearing other people talk about God, like such a close friend or a father or whatever, but not really having that in your heart yourself. And that's just how I felt for a really long time, so I, kind of didn't connect with God. But then when I came to my school, or around year 8 or 9-ish, I think, people at school started to talk about God, talk about faith, but it wasn't with Christianity, it was with Islam. And so I went into that because that's what other people were talking about, and that's what I thought for me was good. So I went into that for a few months, very deeply. I fasted during Ramadan, I prayed, and it was kind of the same thing for me, and I never connected with God still in that same way, that deep personal connection. And looking back, I think it's just quite funny. It's like thinking that I knew God, but not actually knowing Him in my heart. And so, in the same way, I kind of dropped out of it because I didn't know God. And a couple of years later, September last year, I'd been knowing God was alive, but still not having that personal connection, but I was trying to get that connection with God in some way. And so I can picture it very clearly. I was in our shower at home, and I said to God, show yourself to me. And in that moment, I looked to the wall on the shower, and it sounds quite strange, but in the shower head, I saw a cross, almost like a vision. And in that moment, I instantly knew, Jesus is the way. And I didn't know it at that time, but fast forward a couple more months, getting to know God, getting to know Jesus. And when my friends from school came up to me and said, hey, do you want to help me create a Christian union in the school to help other people connect with God? And so, I said, sure, why not? So with him, his name's Sar, great guy, with him and the reverend of the school, we started to create the Christian Union. And we had this plan in our mind, and we knew exactly what we were going to do. So we set a date, but on that day, everything went wrong, as you could expect. First of all, people didn't really know about it. People didn't know where it was. People didn't know that this was happening. And then there were other complications, like the room that we were going to do it in got closed down, things like that. But, like God does, He makes a way. And I honestly don't know how, but in this tiny room upstairs in our school, almost half of the year group came to this Christian Union, the first level one, that we hadn't really told anyone about, but it grew somehow, and the only explanation for that is God. So we did that, and we continued to do that for the next few months, and it's great. I'll give a short story about one of my friends who from it has connected with God really deeply. So him, I won't say his name, but he's struggled a lot with lots of different things. Again, I won't go to it because that's his to say. But I remember him telling me at the end of one of the Christian unions, I want to get close to God, but I don't know how. And at the time I got a bit flustered and I didn't really know how. I just said, pray, read your Bible. But I don't think that really connected with him. It was at a Christian camp, I think, a couple months later, that they were giving out free Bibles and devotionals and things. And I just had a thought in my mind. I remembered him, and I said to him, do you want one? Do you want a Bible? Do you want a devotion? He said, sure, because he wanted to get close to God. And it's only from that Christian union setting up that kind of the church. It's not a church, but setting up that
Could be.
that he is now able to read his Bible every day and pray every day, which he does. And it's just a testament to setting up those churches and the 5 foundational principles of multiplying, that the kingdom does come, and God's will will be done. Yeah, that's nice.